Visualization is when we visualize or we create a picture in our head about what we're thinking or feeling. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to close your eyes. I would like you to pretend that you're on an island. And on this island, I'd like you to think about being in a rainforest. So in your head, you should be seeing green leaves and brown trees. You might even get to hear some animals. Ryan, our visualization is with our eyes closed, buddy. Thank you. Now I want you to feel how it feels in a rainforest. A rainforest is very humid, so you might feel some sweat or you might feel a little hot. Great job, dragons. Now I want you to look in the sky and in those trees in your visualization. And I want you to think in your head, what animals might I be able to see in this rainforest that I'm in? Looking at the trees, can you visualize an animal in those trees? Now, as you're visualizing, you might get to hear some animals. Now, as you're hearing those animals, can you see that animal in the trees? Maybe in the sky? Okay, dragons, now you're walking out of the rainforest. You're making sure to step very carefully as to not disturb the dirt or the environment. Now, dragons, you're on the shoreline of that island. Now, dragons, you're thinking about coming back into Baranoff. You're now back into our classroom. You are now sitting on Miss Dempsey's carpet, and you are now focused on Miss Dempsey's eye. To infer something. What happens? We know from the book that more people started coming. Okay? Megan told me earlier that she knows that some birds get hunted for food. So what do we think is going to happen to the parrots the more people who come to the island? What might happen to the parrots if more and more people come? What I would like you to do is I want you to talk to the person to the right of you. So if you
and they can't cutting down the trees to make homes. No parents live.
Finishing your conversations in 5, in 4. You're turning your body in 3, 2. You're looking at your teacher. 1. Dragons, firstly, I'd like to thank those students who are continuing their conversation, even when I said stop. That's good because that tells me that you're really interested in the topic, okay? I want to also thank those students who were finished quickly, who sat there quietly with their hands to themselves. Thank you very much. So, I would like to know, John Church, what do you think might happen if more people continue to go to the island? What might happen to the parrots?
They might get the parrots and eat them for food.
Okay, so you're telling me that you infer that if more people come to the island, that more parrots will be eaten, and then there will be less parrots in the wild? Okay. How did the humans being in Puerto Rico affect the parrots? Was it good for the parrots? And if it wasn't good, if it was good, how was it good? If it wasn't good, how wasn't it good? Okay, so there you go. So now, what color do you think I'm going to pass out now?
Pink.
You are correct. Here you go. Once I give you your pink Post-it, I want you to write down, don't worry, just leave it there. I want you to write down one way that humans affected the parrots, and we're going to be talking about that, okay? And just like you did for the orange Post-it, once you're done writing it, you're going to crumble it up, and you're going to toss it into the bucket. Bring it back. Okay. I want you to take a deep breath, and when you blow it out, you're thinking, I'm sitting on my bottom. Ready? Take a deep breath in. Take it out. You're thinking, I am sitting on my bottom. Are you sitting on your bottom? Nice job. You're going to take another deep breath, and in this breath, you're going to be thinking, am I focused on Miss Dempsey and her reading? Ready? Take a deep breath. Focused, am I focused on Miss Dempsey and her reading? One more breath, and on this breath, you're going to be thinking, am I invested or focused and participating with Miss Dempsey? Ready? Take a deep breath. And out. Perfect. Thank you very much. I'm going to group you guys into groups, okay? And what I want you to do is, if you were humans in Puerto Rico and you saw that this animal was trying to steal the parrots' homes, what could you as humans do to help the parrots not lose their house? Okay? So what I would like you to do is, these 4 people in a small group talking. 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 And these 4 people in a small group talking. I am going to give you 1 minute to talk to your group. Audrey, Hannah, you can sit over so you can talk to Max and Carly better. 1 minute on what we can do to help those animals. My pink papers focus on what question? Okay. So when I get a pink one, I'm going to know how the humans affected the parrot. So we have, they affected them badly because it destroyed the forest. So remember, what were the humans doing that destroyed the forest? Adrian.
They were cutting down the trees to make houses.
They were cutting down the trees to make houses. So Brody said that they use trees to make paper, and if we waste paper, they got to cut more trees to make that paper. So what do we think we can do about paper?
We cannot waste paper so they don't have to cut down trees everywhere so the birds could live in there.
Okay, so I want you to try and make a connection. What have we learned? It starts with 3 R's. There's 3 words that have R's that we studied that we can use to think about how we use paper. Grace?
Population.
Well, close. Remember, these words start with R. Fox? Oh, reuse, recycle, reduce. So, good. That was very good, Fox. So, reuse, reduce, recycle. I like that you guys were able to bring that back from your prior knowledge. Who remembers that word that means prior knowledge? It starts with an S. Schema. Everybody, what's that word? Schema. Nice job. And you used your schema to remember that we could reuse, reduce, and recycle to help our parrot friends. Everybody, one more time. An endangered animal is an animal with a what kind of population?
Short population.
Small population. Small population. Dragons. This morning and this afternoon we read a book about the Puerto Rican parrots to get us starting our thinking of endangered animals and how we can help endangered animals. You gave me some great ideas about what happened to them to make them endangered and what we can do to help them survive and thrive. What you did with Miss Dempsey today is what you are going to do with your own endangered species when we start our research project. We have been talking about 2D and 3D shapes. Last week we talked about 2D shapes, or I'm sorry, the week prior to that we talked about 2D shapes. Last week we introduced 3D shapes, and today we're going to review a little bit before we get started on our playlist. I'll explain our playlist one more time, and then you'll get started on your playlist for about 20 or so minutes. Ms. Dempsey will be visiting each group to check out how you're doing, and then we'll do a quick reflection towards the end of playlist, and then tomorrow we'll finish up our playlist and do our reflection in our journal, okay? So, in order for us to review our 3D shapes, I just want to go over the names of the shapes, and then we're going to do a 3D shape hunt in the classroom, similar to what you're going to do in your playlist, but just so Ms. Dempsey can guide you through that process, okay? So the first 3D shape that we looked over was the cone. Remember, it has one flat surface. We also went over the sphere, which has no flat surfaces. We went over the cube that has many flat surfaces and vertices and edges. We also went over the pyramid and the rectangular prism. Okay, so remember on our chart we had the different faces, the number of faces, vertices, and edges for each group. So what we're going to do is we're going to practice searching for 3D shapes, okay? So the first shape that I want you to look for in the classroom, and all you have to do is just stand near that shape when you see it, is I would like you to look for a cube. So quickly, looking around the classroom, I want you to stand next to something that you think looks very similar to a cube. Go ahead and get started. Okay, Shirley, can you explain to me what shape are you standing by? Or what object are you standing by? And can you explain to us and our friends, how do we know that this is in the shape of a cube?
Because it looks like a square, and a square looks like a cube.
A square does look like a cube. Now, dragons, what is special about a cube? Adrian, what's special about a cube?
It would have more vertices and flat surfaces than most shapes.
You're correct. It will have more vertices and flat surfaces or faces than other shapes. What do we know about the word equal and cube? Noel?
That equal means it has the same length of the sides, and it also has flat sides. So because the book doesn't have all flat, they're not all equal, it's not really considered a cube.
You're correct. So what would this book be considered if not all the sides are equal? What would this book be considered? Would it be a cube or another 3D shape? Fox, what would this shape be called then? Yes, this would be considered a rectangular prism because it has two long sides, two short sides, and you can see that they're not all equal like Noel had explained. But if I come to my friends here, Grace, can you explain to me what object did you think was a cube? This object right here. So now can you explain to me, and it is a little poofy, but can you explain to me why this is a cube and this is a rectangular prism, Grace?
Because this one's a little bit bigger and this one's a little bit shorter.
It is bigger and shorter. Remember, think about the word equal.
This one has more sides and this one doesn't.
And what about the sides? Are they all equal or are some longer or shorter? They're all the same, which means they're all equal. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So prior to us leaving for specials, we went over our playlist. I'm going to remind you what our playlists are, or our playlist activities are, and then we'll get started, okay? So remember, if you're on technology, you have a brain pop video to watch, a book to read, and you have a seesaw shape sort to do. If you're not working on technology, you can build some shapes at red table. Remember those wings that I told you not to cut out? Miss Dempsey showed you an example of what it's going to look like and where you should glue, okay? So those are the flaps right there. The geo blocks are at the dragon carpet. The toothpick shapes, remember you're going to make your shape, draw it, and then tell me how that went. You have a shape search, that's on my desk. Then you have your 3D shape book, that's at green and yellow table. And then you have the shape game that you can play over there at our library carpet. Do we understand what we're doing today?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Okay, so my first table that can get started is McKenna's table. So red table, choose your activity that you would like to work on. Nice job, red table. You know, I liked that when I called red table, they went straight to their center. They didn't talk, they didn't play around, they didn't run, they walked to their center, they went to it and got started right away. Grace's table, blue table, you may go ahead and pick what you would like. Okay, so we're going to be sharing this, okay girls? So when you're doing this, you only need a little bit of Play-Doh, maybe about that much. And then you're going to roll it up in a little ball. Oh yeah? So you're going to get a little ball about that big, and then you're going to just get your toothpick. And you know what, you could even do it as small, and you don't want to do it too big. So like I said, you just cut it in half. And then you're going to use these to try and make how would I finish making this? Okay, so now how would I turn this into a 3D shape? Okay, so then and remember, you can use the chart as well to get Can we build our blocks on the carpet? That's why we should be on the carpet. So can we put our blocks back on the carpet, please? Thank you. Okay, so you got it on perfect. So now you're going to do all lines. Just like that, you're going to do all lines. And then you might have to hold it for a little bit. Okay, Brody, do you know how to do it now? Okay, so now what do we do? Here's my example. Okay, did you talk to me
You
about that? If you're ready and you know it, look at me. If you're ready and you know it, look at me. If you're ready and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're ready and you know it, look at me. Nice job, Dragons. I appreciate those students who are looking at Miss Dempsey, pausing what they are doing so that they can listen to directions. We are going correctly, we would put 1 10 sticks under the 10s and 3 under the 3s now, or 3 under the 1s. And I would add it, correct? So if I did that, can you take out one more 10? Can you take out one more 10 stick from your baggie? Okay, and how many ones would I be taking out as well? Counter?
2. Oh.
3. So can you take out 3 more ones from your baggie? So now if we look at how many 10 sticks we have, how many 10 sticks do we have? Brinley, how many 10 sticks do you have? You have 3 10 sticks. How many ones do you have? John, thank you for raising your hand.
3.
How many ones do you have altogether?
6.
I have 6. So when we add, it's very easy to add when we line them up with our 10s and our 1s, correct? Okay, are you ready for the challenge? What if we were subtracting? So, what if we were subtracting? So what happens if I still have the number 13, but this time I want to do minus? So this is what I would like you to do. Put 1 10 back in your bag. And I would like you to put 3 1s back in your bag. Now, Dragon, when I'm looking at this number, the first thing I want to do when I subtract is look at the ones place. Why do you think I want to look at the ones place first when I subtract? Okay? So you're telling me that I would want to start on the ones place because that would show me the number I would get? Okay, so you're telling me that the ones would be the starting point for me to find out what my number is? Okay, so what number really is the largest number? Which one is the bigger number, 23 or 13? You're correct, 23 is the bigger number. When you subtract, do you need to take anything out of your bag or do you need to put stuff back into your bag? You gotta put it back into your bag. So if I'm taking away 13, how many ones do I put back in my bag? Apollo, I put 3 back in my bag. Can you put 3 ones back in your bag? Okay. Now, I see I have 2 10s and it wants me to take away how many 10s in the nature? Well, I have 2. How many does it want me to take away? 1. So can you take away 1 10 from your... Raise your hand when you see what answer you got. Raise your hand up high. There you go. Okay, everybody together. What's my answer?
1.
Ooh. Why did some people say 1 and some people say 10? Can you explain that? Because I think you guys are thinking the same thing. Apollo. Okay, so you and John Karen, I heard you say 1. And what did you mean by that 1?
Because it was 1.
1 what?
10.
1 10 stick, right? And I heard Lily and Brittany say 10. Why did you say 10?
Because
10. So you were thinking in the 1 and you said 10. And they were thinking in the 10s and said 1. So this time, I'm going to give you a number 76. Here's your bag, here's your bag, here's your bag. Can you 6 that makes 76. So how many tens would that be? 7 tens.
Now you should. I don't know. You should. Okay, just put this on.
Okay, and then 76. Perfect.
I win.
Nice job, Audrey. And then 76. So how many ones would it be? Nice job. Okay, nice job. Okay, so how many tens does 72 have? 7 tens. How many ones does it have?
6.
Okay, are you ready for this? I would like you. We're going to take away 28. So, minus 28. So, Dragon, do you have enough ones to take away 8? So, what do you need to do with your 10 sticks? Is it take away 2 or take away 1?
I guess the diamond.
1. So we take away one of our 10 sticks, and what are we going to do with this 10 sticks? We're going to turn it into what? How many ones? We're going to turn it into 10 ones. So you're going to put your 10 stick aside, and you're going to pull out 10 ones. And where are you going to add it? To the ones place. Good job. Yes, you broke it. Okay, so let's add okay, make sure we're counting. Good job, Audrey. I'm glad you didn't stop at 8. You went all the way to 10. That's sometimes first graders make that mistake, so I'm glad you caught that. That's very good stuff you did. Okay, so now, did you take away a 10? Yes, you took away a 10. How many 10s do you have now? 6. Did you take the, or you didn't take away the 10, the 6, so we added to it. Now how many ones do you have?
16.
It's okay, this is why we're doing it with our math, so that we can see that. So now it's 16, right? Now do I have enough ones to take away 8? Okay, so take away 8 ones. How many ones do you have now?
8.
Hey, what is that called when we have 8 and 8?
A double.
A double. Double, so 8. And now how many 10s are we taking away from the 6? 2. So take away 2 10s.
Okay, I finished that for 4.
So what number did I end up getting?
48.
48. Nice job. We're going to keep practicing how to regroup so that you are ready to regroup when you are in 2nd grade. Go ahead and put away your base 10 blocks in your bag. And when you are done, I'd like your bag on top of your mat, and then I'll ask you your exit question so that you can. Okay, great. If I have the number 72, how many 10s would it be? How many 10s are in 72?
7.
Awesome, let me go back to your 7. How many 1s are in the number 99? 9. How many 10s are in the number 84? 8, you may go back to your 7.